Hey y'all, Coach Bradley coming at you, and it's always a good day to test out some baseball equipment. And what I got behind me here is the BSN Sports Bulldog Baseball and Softball Pitching Machine. Today we're going to take a deep dive into this bad boy, show you everything you need to know about it, and see if it might be a good option for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So first off, let's go ahead and take a look at how this thing's going to come to you when it's sent. And basically you got four different pieces here. You got your three legs, you've got the pitching machine with the base itself, and then you're gonna have both your different ball feeders. The baseball one is already pre-installed, but if you wanna pitch softballs, it has a softball ball feeder as well. So let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to get the legs on this thing and get it set up. And as you can see, all your legs will be pointing outward. And all you do is slide them in these holes here and then simply tighten up with those handles right there. Now moving this pitching machine is super simple. Even though this thing is pretty heavy duty, it's also not very heavy. So you can just pick it up on these sides here and move it. And you don't have to be a very strong person in order to do that. Now the beauty of the BSN Sports Bulldog pitching machine is its simplicity. We actually own two of these for our 7 to 9 year old machine pitch league. And the reason I went with the BSN Bulldogs is because they're easy to set up, they're easy to set, and they also throw consistent pitches. There's a ton of other pitching machines out there that are much more complex, but if you're looking for a bare bones pitching machine that throws consistently, this BSN Bulldog's not a bad way to go. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in, start slinging some pitches. Now we've got plenty of extension cord and a plug-in nearby, so we're running this directly plugged in today. But we also do run these things off small generators as well, as some of our baseball fields don't have access to power. Now to turn this thing on, you're simply going to turn this knob right here, anywhere from 1 to 10 for your speed setting. And basically, the speeds on this thing are between 30 and 60 miles per hour. So as we crank this up, this wheel's going to get spinning just a little bit faster, all the way up to 10, which will be our fastest speed. Now besides our speed control knob, the only other adjustment we have to worry about here is our height adjustment. And basically we just loosen this lever right here, and now we can move this thing top or bottom to get it set and dialed in directly where we want it. And when we do, we simply tighten that lever back up and it'll stay there. So the wheel on this thing is going to be a heavy duty urethane wheel. And this machine right here is actually 4 years old, and this wheel has held up great. So this thing will throw a variety of different balls, and today we'll test it out with both just traditional regular baseballs and of course your machine pitch yellow dimple balls as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing dialed in for just some baseballs. First adjustment we're going to make is turning up our speed to where we want it. I'm going to set it to just about a 7 right now. We'll go ahead and throw a ball in it and see where we're at, and then we'll make our height adjustment right here. Okay, obviously we're low, so we'll simply pull that back a little bit, tighten up our lever. Let's toss another ball in. All right, there we hit the middle of the zone. Got pretty close that time. One more. All right, that's looking pretty good. So we've adjusted our height to our speed. Let's go ahead and throw 3 baseballs through here, see if we can consistently hit that strike zone. Not bad. Now when using regular baseballs in this thing, you are going to get some movement depending on where the ball hits the machine wheel. And the reason for that is baseballs have seams. That's why pitchers throw different pitches with them. If you want the most consistent pitch, you're going to want to go ahead and use like these yellow jugs dimple balls, because they've got the same surface all throughout the ball. So let's go ahead and throw some of those and see how they do through this thing. Pretty consistent. speed setting on this thing is supposed to be between 30 and 60 miles per hour. We got it cranked up to 10. Let's see how fast she looks with both types of balls. Can definitely get cooking. Now this thing will also pitch softballs, but there's two different things that you got to do first. Number one, you've got to take all 4 of these bolts out and switch this ball feeder with that ball feeder. The second thing you have to do is loosen and take out both of those nuts and bolts right there, and then move this piece up, put them back in right there, and that's going to give you more clearance for a bigger softball. So as you can see, there's 4 basic steps to be off and running when using this pitching machine. Number 1, put in your legs. Number 2, decide if you're going to be pitching baseballs or softballs. Number 3, set your speed setting. And number 4, set your height setting. Now, this thing only pitches fastballs, so if you're looking for something that throws curveballs or breaking balls, this definitely isn't going to be your pitching machine. And when you're all done with this thing, it's super easy to just unplug and either move as is or break it down for transfer storage. So there you go, that's pretty much everything you need to know about the BSN Sports Bulldog pitching machine. Now my 3 takeaways from this. Number 1, I love how easy this thing is to set up and get dialed in. It's also easy to take down, maneuver, and store, but it's also heavy duty enough that it doesn't bounce around when you're throwing balls through it. Number 2, I love the fact that it gets dialed in and it stays there, so it's pretty consistent when it's pitching balls. And number 3, I love the longevity of this thing. Like I said, this pitching machine right here is a little over 4 years old. We liked it so much we picked up another one here this last year just to use for our 7 to 9-year-old youth programs. It's for those reasons and more, I easily give this thing a Coach Bradley thumbs up, and I say, go out and get you one.